We've reflected back, as mothers and how we see our children now. And your daughter is 8?
My daughter's 8, my son is 5. Yeah.
Okay. So reflecting back to when you were 8 years old, what would you say to yourself?
Let me just think about what Nicky was like when she was 8. I think I would say to her that eventually she would stop having nosebleeds, because I used to have such bad nosebleeds and I was literally worried that I would bleed to death from a nosebleed.
Nosebleeds are really scary when you're a child.
Yeah,
You don't
and I used to have
understand
so
them.
many,
Yeah.
and I used to end up in hospital, so it's by the by, but I was literally fearful of bleeding to death from a nosebleed, which I don't think has ever happened in medical history. So I think I would just tell her on a practical level, yes, you will stop having nosebleeds. And I think I would tell her to just start being unashamedly herself as soon as possible. Because in a way she was. In lots of ways she was. But there is a lot of conditioning and shaping that went on, and a lot of anxiety that started quite young for me. And I wish I hadn't carried that with me. So I think that's what I would say to her. Yeah. And also give her a cuddle for sure. Who doesn't love a cuddle?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of think, obviously we can't change it, and nor should we want to, but it is interesting to reflect back, because I think 8 years old is that point at which that hyper self-awareness kind of starts to kick in, and we start to lose the kind of innate childlike innocence that allows us to be entirely ourselves, and we start to kind of go on that journey of fitting in.
And also, how do you do it? Because I do, I ask a similar question on my podcast about advice, careers advice people would give themselves. And I'm the same as you. It's not because you get a do-over. You can't change anything, but it's useful to reflect, to think about our children, yada, yada, yada. But when I think about my daughter now being 8, nearly 9, and how malleable she is right now, and how crucial these years are in her, their formative years, it's there's only so much you can do. We're all going to carry stuff with us. We're all going to have issues. We're all going to have trauma. We're all going to have experiences. We're going to be the sum of our parts. And you just want to wrap your kids up in cotton wool and pickle them in a jar and just look at them and get them out for the odd cuddle. I certainly feel like that at the moment with the age that my kids are, because they're just perfect and delicious. So, what would I say to myself? And when I think about her being 41 and somebody says to her, what would you tell your 8-year-old self? I'd be fascinated to hear what she would have told herself. How can I not fuck her up?
Yeah, this is it though. We can't. We can't. And I think the most important thing we can do as parents is stay close to our kids. Just build really close, trusting, as you say, respectful relationships, so that whatever
and even
happens,
asking ourselves these questions,
yeah,
my parents never would have reflected in that way. And again, not their fault. But even reflecting on that and being mindful of that as I parent her and her brother is a step forward, right?